Welcome to Lightning Ministries Daily Devotional. Today's topic, Hope in All Seasons. Reading from Lamentations chapter 3, verses 21 to 23, where it talks about finding confidence in God. I listen to a radio station here in the Metroplex, which is called Keep Him Close By. I think the numbers are 105.7. And I'm not promoting that for you to listen to, but one thing that I remember as I listened each morning, there was always a song that they sang about God's great faithfulness. And it really challenged me to realize how great God is. And as we get close to the closeout of 2023, I realize that it's natural to consider this period as a time ending. I know a lot of people say, we're getting ready to kiss this year goodbye. And it almost seems like we just began the year. But here we are at the end, getting ready to begin 2024. But I realize that each ending also has a beginning, and it's a matter of perspective. For some of us, we wish that this year wasn't over. For a lot of us, we can't wait for it to end, hoping what next year will bring, hopefully better than what this year gave us to deal with. But I realize that while it's healthy to reflect on the year we've completed, it's important to embrace each day God gives us and approach it with an openness, a hope, and hopefully gratitude. With His help, we can, you and I, be like the snowdrop flower, the first to emerge from the winter's grown and blooms for the year. Now, the snowdrop is a symbol of resilience, is what I'm trying to say. And today's message, or today's passage, touches on that very theme. Here, Jeremiah, the author, mourns Jerusalem's destruction and his people's desolation and destruction for their disobedience. But he also expresses a profound realization. He says, I recall this to my mind, therefore I wait. The Lord's acts of mercy indeed do not end, for his compassions do not fail. They are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. A lot of us are in a point of loss of this year, people getting laid off from their jobs, people losing their jobs, people losing, their livelihood or their homes or their marriages or their friends or their children or their parents or whatever may be going on, thinking that how could a loving God be faithful? But I realize that you and I are a lot like Jeremiah, and we lament when we face desolation, uncertainty, and even brokenness. Life's challenges can be overwhelming to all of us. And I realize that in the midst of the mess, we are reminded that hope is not lost. It is firmly rooted in the character of our unchanging God. The snowdrop's emerges, it grows in nature's proclamation of the new season. Funny how I kind of got stuck on that. But I realize that as we emerge into this invitation to dwell on the Lord's faithfulness, God's loving kindness never fails, and his compassions flow continually into our lives. So I can challenge you, remember, when Jesus sat on the cross, when he was nailed and died or gave up his life, he said before then, it is done. That means that there is hope in all seasons of our lives. No matter what we're going into, what we're in, or what we're coming out of, God is always faithful to be with us through it. I challenge you this year ending to remember and to celebrate being thankful and open with a heart of gratitude for what God has done by allowing you to continue to be here. It doesn't mean that we give up and we step out, or there's no reason for us to be here. No one's going to remember us. Well, that's true for all of us. But what is important is that God has a purpose for your life. And you just need to find out what it is and fulfill it through His Word, or allow it to be fulfilled through His Word, so that you can do what God has called you to do while you're here until we are all called home, for those of us who have accepted and believed in His Son, Jesus Christ, by the shedding of His blood. I challenge you today also to consider giving to this ministry a one-time gift for the end of the year, or give on a monthly basis, which continues to allow us to do what God is calling us to do here. Praise be to the Lord. You can do that. If you look on the bottom corner of the screen, you can see the shortcut to the site to be able to go to and donate and give. Regardless of what God has you do, remember that He loves you and is faithful in all that He does. Give thanks to Him today. Amen. See you later. Thanks for listening.